Hi friends. Hi. Yeah. So today I'm going to be looking at Pokemon Go. Um, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of a big deal. It's pretty massive for those of us who had Pokemon all the way through our childhood. So yeah, I managed to get out today and have a really long session playing it for nearly 2 hours, I think it was. A lot of pros and cons. Cons for now, I think, are mainly uh, like technology, server related, like lots of glitches. But yeah, we can talk about that in a bit. But I hope you enjoyed this. I've got a fair bit of content here, so I'll see what I can jam in for you. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so the main portion of the game takes place in this map representation of you. So it's like a real life version of what happens in the games. You've got yourself, which is the character, walking around in the area. So what it just uses, GPS on your phone, the compass, and the pedometer just to figure out how far you've travelled, which direction you're going in, whereabouts you are, versus the map data that it's got. So it works pretty well. Like occasionally it'll jump around a little bit, but it's nothing too major. Like it just happens all the time, even when you're driving your car. Like it's to do with the GPS itself, not the game. So yeah, this part of the game is integrated really well. It's easy to kind of figure out where you are if you're familiar with the area you're in. No street names, unfortunately, but yeah, pretty smooth. As long as you have a decent signal on your phone, doesn't chew up too much data really. Same amount of data really as a GPS would, which is not too bad. I haven't really had a chance to test it out, so maybe at some stage in the future I'll make a video about exactly how much data this game will go through. But yeah, in the meantime, you just have to trust me. So it's really interesting looking at landmarks and trying to figure out exactly where they are in real life. So this is something that you'll be doing, for the second largest amount of time in the game, or for me at least so far, is catching Pokemon. So they'll randomly appear on your map, and then you get prompted with this little mini game where you have to kind of swipe a Pokeball at them with the proper timing to see if you can catch them. It can be pretty challenging actually. Like when you come across a really strong Pokemon, it can be pretty difficult to time it well enough that you can actually catch them. Otherwise, they just break free and end up running away, which has happened to me a few times. Possibly it could start getting a bit boring after a while, but for me, having done it probably 100 or so times now, it's still pretty fun. Still a bit challenging. I'm terrible at swiping, so it makes it even harder for me. Also, I have fat thumb syndrome, so even more of a challenge. But yeah, so I do tend to waste a few items here and there, and I've already had to buy some more already, but that's okay. It's for science, so we'll get there. I'll get better, I promise. So this is another pretty common occurrence. You come across these landmarks, which is pretty cool. It'll give you a photo of a landmark. Yeah, you'll be standing right next to it. You just spin the big mural and get a bunch of helpful items, and they're all over the place, which is awesome. Now I've really got to talk about the glitches. This game is riddled with them. Wait for the crash. Here it comes. I'm just walking. Boom. Out. Have to wait for it to load up again. Man, this game, this loading screen is the death of me. Half the time when the servers will go down for no reason for a minute, like with this screen, you won't be able to log back in. Random freezes when the egg's hatching, which is like, I don't know, nothing's even happened. It's not even using augmented reality, which is interesting.
Tell me the game first.
Yeah, man, it made some portions of the game really quite unplayable, to be honest. So I'll talk about gyms now because that's one of the main features that is really difficult at the moment because of all the glitches. So what you do is you find a gym. It's like another landmark. You just have to go close to it. In this case, it's a park bench in the reserve. You go in, pick your Pokemon, get ready for battle. Basically, you just tap the screen or hold down the screen for a powerful attack, or swipe left and right to try and dodge their attacks. But I've got pretty strong guys, so I just tend to spam tap the screen. The biggest problem I found with this kind of PvP component of the game is that there's a glitch which is really common. For me, it's happened every single time I've tried to do this, where you get the opponent down to low health. Looks like he's got about one health left, and you can't finish him off. You can keep spamming the attack button as long as you like, as you can see here, and he'll just never go down. So by the end of it, you just have to restart the game, try again, and then it'll probably start locking you out like it did for me. In this instance, it just kicks you out of the battle. That's when I jumped straight back into the gym after having to quit. Just keeps happening over and over again. It's very frustrating when you want to try and make some headway in this part of the game. So I basically haven't really been able to experience much of the gym mechanic because there's no way that I can win a battle. Yeah, very frustrating, unfortunately. So hopefully, you can see how many times I've actually tried it. Hopefully, the guys that run this game will be able to kind of fix up their server glitches. I know that it's server side, or I'm pretty sure it's server side because I ran into a bunch of 4 guys at this spot here, and all 5 of us on different phones tried to beat this gym here and got the exact same problem. So yeah, unfortunately, I think it's some sort of big server problem that the guys running the game have, and probably something they'd want to address ASAP. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can get that sorted, and then we'll have PvP and everything will be awesome. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, because that means that there's a few gyms right near me, which are these ones that you have the Pokemon battles at, and yeah, they're the kind of, for me so far, they're the most exciting part of the game, until doing the scene if you can take it over and laugh as someone just walks back looking at their phone screen, like with a confused look on their face, wondering how it could have been taken so quickly. I'm kind of looking forward to that. It was really cool today actually to run into, I think there was a group of four guys, and then there was one dude who was on the other side of the river to me. He was giving me dirty looks because I was trying to take out his gym, I think. I ran into a few other people that were trying to discreetly check their phones, and I got a bit of a nod from them as I walked past because I think they saw my screen. Another exciting part of the game when you're trying to track down some rare Pokemon. I didn't have much luck, but yeah, so plenty of things to look forward to. I really like the whole PvP thing where I don't think I explained it just before, but if you beat enough Pokemon in a gym, you take control of it. So your profile kind of shows up, and if you've got real tough Pokemon, there'll be people all over the place trying to defeat you, which is awesome. I think that's already happened in America. I read something about the White House having one of the strongest Pokemon anyone's had so far guarding it, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so once all these server issues get sorted out, I think we're in for a pretty awesome time. So this is definitely something to have a play around with for the next couple of weeks, but don't do anything too hardcore. Don't attempt to do anything too hardcore, because I think you'll just end up disappointed. Wait until they sort out their server issues, all the instability and glitches, and then once that's all done, just go for it. Go for your life, because I'm pretty keen on finding a few people that I can have a few good battles with and laugh at them when I beat them. Overall, I think the game itself is pretty good. It's just bogged down by those annoying glitches, which I think will be fixed pretty quickly by the guys that run it. They know that it's game breaking, so they don't want to kind of risk turning too many people off the game before everyone's had a chance to play it properly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one being fixed, and then once they do that, it's pretty impressive actually, especially for a free-to-play. Like I would never expected that. Online games always have problems on release with servers, so there's going to be a few glitches no matter what. And I think at least the core of the game's there and it's pretty stable. So I'm pretty impressed with how they've gone. Yeah, so I probably recommend you give this one a try, see it for yourself. Even if you've never been a Pokemon fan, it's a good way to get out and have a nice long walk and do something a bit interesting at the same time. Maybe you'll run into some random people that you wouldn't have even spoken to if you weren't playing, like I did today. You know, just run into 4 dudes and start having a random chat about Pokemon, and we're all like in our 20s, man. It's pretty weird, but also pretty cool. Yep. So yeah, get out there and have a crack at it, and maybe I'll pinch one of your gyms one day and laugh at you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Click here, subscribe.
Bye.